Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm doing the intro to the Deck of Panning Project Pan. So if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Before we get into that though, if you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button and let's hop into the video. All right, so this is the intro for, I believe, the third year of Deck of Panning. I think I've done it every year since it started. And this is created by Emily and Max. I will link her down below, as well as Books with Maddie, which Emily took inspiration from for her, she's like a booktuber, her inspiration for her TBR, and created a project around it. So I've had a lot of fun doing this project in years past, and so I was really excited to do it this year. If you are unfamiliar with this project, I will link some of Emily's intro videos down below, but the premise is she has a game board in a spreadsheet, which will also be down below, and then you take a deck of cards and basically you pull cards, and whatever that card corresponds with the prompts, you pick a product out to go along with it. The prompts change every month. And it's just a really fun time. So I haven't seen Emily's intro video go up yet at the time of filming, but I did see she updated the spreadsheet for 2023. It looks like she added some new prompts, and she changed what the face cards are, as well as there is a new optional skip. It says if you draw a card you prefer not to use, you may discard the card. However, you must then draw 2 cards to replace and try to combine the prompts, excluding the Joker. So that sounds like those are all the new changes that I'm aware of, at least. I guess we'll find out once I pull the cards. I forget how many items we're choosing. Let's see. We're starting out with 5. There's always opportunities to draw more cards in. I know a lot of people, if they don't have a rollout, they will pick a new card anyway. And it's just a lot of fun. So I already pre-shuffled these, but let me give it one more shuffle. So one last shuffle. And then what I like to do is I like to cut the deck. And so I cut the deck like that. And we will pick 5 cards. We've got 8 of hearts. We've got 10 of diamonds. 5 of diamonds, all red cards. 3 of hearts, another red card. Are we gonna get another red card? Oh no! We got the Joker. We got the Joker in the first intro. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take a second to look at what these prompts are in case it's like social media pics or anything like that. You know, I do deserve the Joker because I did avoid it all year long last year. So 8 of hearts is a newest product. 10 of diamonds is cities, and that is something inspired or named by a city. 5 of diamonds is a copycat item. 3 of hearts is this time last year. And then of course the Joker is Are You Joking Me? Something you really don't want to pan. So I'm going to take some time, figure out what I want to pan for these items, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. I've picked my products. Before I get into that though, I want to talk a little bit about my goals for this project in general. And so I really want to keep this as rotational as possible. Obviously I got the Joker. This is not going to be a rotational item, but for the other items, I do want this to be more rotational, lower use goals, things like that. I may throw in a finish goal or a hit pan goal here and there, but that's kind of my goal for this project, is to keep it more rotational, fewer uses, that kind of thing. Some other things that I should mention is, if you watch my planning to pan video, I mentioned that I have a goal of using all of my lipsticks 10 times this year. So that's going to be something I keep in mind as I get prompts for this project. And another goal I don't think I talked about in my planning to pan video. I think I came up with it after I filmed that. But I am going to attempt to use all of my eyeshadow palettes 5 times this year at the very least. I'd be happy with 3 times, but I'm really aiming for 5 times. And so that's another goal to keep in mind when I'm pulling in products for these prompts. And the reason I bring both of those up is because I am actually incorporating a few of those goals into the cards I pulled. So first up, I had 8 of hearts, which is a newest item, and I'm really excited about this one. This is a eyeshadow palette I have not hauled on my channel yet, and it is Pat McGrath Midnight Sun. Yes, I did end up buying a Mothership palette. You guys might know last year I attempted to buy this palette when she had a glitch crazy good sale on her website, and they honored some of them and they didn't honor others. Mine did not get honored, which when I bought it on that crazy good sale, I knew there was a chance of it not going through, but I was more salty they honored some and not all of them. So when she did a 40% off sale on her website, I decided to go ahead and pick up Midnight Sun. I was between this one and Utopian Dream. And I feel like Midnight Sun is consistently, when I watch Pat McGrath ranking videos, this is like always in the top. But if you have not seen it, this is what Pat McGrath Midnight Sun looks like. It is a beautiful color story. And yeah, I've actually only used this palette once. I got it right at the start of the new year, and I'm unimpressed. I will just say that. Even the special shades, I am very unimpressed. The mattes, though, are probably the best mattes I've ever used. I will say that. Like, I honestly, with only using it once, I know some people want a Pat McGrath palette with all special shades. Right now, with my single first impression, I want a palette with all mattes from Pat McGrath. But I don't want that to be my final, impression. Like, I do want to give this a fair shot and really try out all the shadows. So, like I said, my goal is I want to use all of my palettes 5 times this year. And so since I've already used this one time, I'm only going to bring this in for a goal of 4 uses. I know that's low, but I think between all of my other panning, my Battleship, my Level Up, my Pan Those Shadows, I'm actually going to be bringing in one more palette into this project. I think 4 uses is way, it's a good number. It's way more of a challenge than it seems. So I'm excited to work on this and just try it out more. I'm not going to say, no pan left behind, just like 4 more uses on this palette and really formulate my thoughts on what I think of the Pat McGrath formula. So then I got 10 of Diamonds, which is the prompt cities. So it's just something that is inspired by a city. And this one I had the toughest time with. But what I eventually landed on was a palette, and this is the Estate Cosmetics Venice Fling palette in collaboration with Bailey Sarian. This was actually one of my very first palettes in my Pan Those eyeshadows. You can see I have a pan up here. I do enjoy this palette. I don't think it's like the most wonderful formula out there. The mattes are really nice. The shimmers are very standard shimmers. But I do like this palette, and so I have not used it in quite a while, and so I am going to put that 5 use goal on this palette. So I'm excited to work on it. This is actually a really nice, like, all-in-one palette. Like, if you couldn't bring a lot of makeup with you traveling, like, I could use this for blush. I got a little bit of a bronzer. Could maybe with a light hand get away with this being a highlight. It really is a nice all-in-one palette. And the formula is pretty good, aside from the shimmers. I like something a little bit more intense. But yeah, I'm excited to bring this in and use it 5 times. Oh, also I should mention, so I didn't do like an intro to this. I think I'm gonna do quarterly updates, but for something to count as a use, I have to use at least 3 shadows in the palette. Because I do like to mix and match with all of my projects going on, but for it to count as a use, I am only counting when I use 3 or more shades, because I feel like if I just dip into it once, that shouldn't count. Next up, I had 5 of Diamonds, and this is a copycat item. And so for this, I chose the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlighter. I have the shade Opal, and this is obviously a dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury, I actually don't know what it's called. Is it called Spotlight? No, it's not. It can't be called Spotlight. Highlighting wand? I don't know what it's called, but it's, it's got the tip like this, little sponge applicator, and you can dot it on, do whatever you need. I enjoy this. I haven't used it in a little while, which is why I decided to go with this one. And I'm actually really interested in the contour version they just came out with. And I'm imagining they're gonna come out with blushes as well. But yeah, I am going to use this. I didn't set a goal. I think I'm going to set a 10 use goal on this, and then I can roll it out, because again, I want this to be a more rotational project pan for me. Next up, I had 3 of Hearts, which is this time last year, so something you bought this time last year. And I look back at my January haul, and I actually didn't get like a lot of stuff. I got sunscreen, and I got the Copacetic monthly box subscription thing, and then I bought what I'm gonna roll in, and this is the KVD Dazzle Stick. This is in the shade Flash Storm. It's a really pretty kind of taupe color, I would say. I actually broke it off, so I don't have like a ton left. I mean, that still would take me a long time, but I accidentally broke some off while swatching it. Oh well. And for this, I am actually gonna just do a 5-use goal on it. I think, again, I'm bringing in 2 palettes. I got Battleship Project Pan, Project Level Up, my Pan Those Shadows. 5 uses is more than enough. So I am rolling this in. And then finally, I got the Joker. I deserved it after evading it last year. And I kind of knew what I wanted to do for this. I've always had it in the back of my mind, like last year. And that is red lipstick. And again, I talked about earlier that I'm trying to get 10 uses on all of my lipsticks. And I felt like 10 uses wasn't enough to be a Joker. So I decided to bring in all 3 of my red Lisa Eldridge lip products. I guess you could count Velvet Cinnabar as a red, but I feel more comfortable in that shade compared to reds. So that's why I brought these 3 in. So the shades I brought in. I brought in Velvet Ribbon, which just is absolutely gorgeous. It's a traditional kind of blue-based red, bright, gorgeous. My favorite actually is this next one. This is Velvet Jazz, which I thought Ribbon was going to be my favorite, but this is Velvet Jazz. It is a much more deeper red color, and I just think it's actually more flattering on my skin tone than Velvet Ribbon. I always thought blue-based reds were the right red for me, but I actually prefer the deeper red tone of Velvet Jazz. And the last item I'm rolling in is one of her Luxuriously Lucent lipsticks, so they're not the matte formula, and this is Palazzo, which I got earlier last year. And so 10 uses on all of these. This is gonna take me all year. So I guess it's good I got it in January. 10 uses on all of these. I think that makes up for the lower prompts that I'm rolling in, but I am very intimidated. I'm going to try to have progress in every update. Definitely not gonna this is not gonna get out in 3 months, like 10, 10, 10 each month. Not gonna happen. This is gonna take me all year. I have other reds, but really these are the ones I wanna focus on first, so I'm happy to reach for these first. Next month I'll be hopefully rolling at least 1 thing out, if not maybe 2. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. I'm really excited that this project is coming back. Thank you again, Emily, for creating this project and running it every year. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you like down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!